there. Welcome back to another All of Fabric 6 episode. So, this is my house. What do you guys think? It's nice, isn't it? Be careful how you answer. You wouldn't want to hurt my feelings. Nah, this is just the bare bones of it. I'm not very comfortable building in this game, as you might have gathered from last season where we just camped out under the stars the entire time. But I'm trying to push myself, trying to challenge myself to grow and become a bit better at this stuff. Did a little bit of terraforming. Our old base is now tucked under here. But I just wanted to get a bit of a sense of the space that we've got to build with and how it fits into its surroundings before I put too much work into the detail. So that's it. That's the kind of shape of it. And I think for what we're going to be doing today, which is just finishing off our storage upgrade and getting Applied Energistics 2 up and running, I think this will get the job done. This will be big enough. I've also been letting these things accumulate a bit more mana, so I think we had all 8 of them were filled to the brim, and I used all that mana to upgrade the Terra Shatterer, and now it's on level B. Now we can do super fast 3x3s, which is pretty cool. And I know we just started the episode, but I can't let you guys think this is the best of my abilities. So let's go through and add some detail. Well, that took a little longer than I thought it would, but I think it turned out pretty good. I really like this design. I owe a lot of thanks and praise and inspiration, and hopefully not copyright infringement, to AE2, who I follow on Twitter, who builds some really gorgeous things, and I definitely took some liberties taking inspiration from them, so be sure to check them out. I'll link them in the description. My original plan for the season was like rundown and decay, but I was struggling to get something to work on a small scale, so overgrown is the kind of thing we're going for. I still need to obviously add in some vegetation and maybe a little river and things like that on the outside. I don't think we'll be able to go for the rundown kind of vibe with our small buildings, but I've reserved this island over here. This is probably where we're going to build our industrial area, our modern industrialization warehouse and all that. So I might try and revisit that worn down, decayed kind of theme later on in the season. Now, what do you guys think? It's definitely better than camping out under the stars or living in a little hole in the wall. All right, let's go check out the inside. It's still barren. And I love that we can just come up these mud brick stairs. We've got a little launch pad here, which we can jump from. All right, so we have a house such as it is, but we're still keeping everything down here in a really messy state. So I think it's time for us to progress a little bit. And in order to stop those groans, skeletons, zombies, oh my god. Now that we've actually built a proper place, so before any creepers have a chance to make any renovations to our place, let's chuck down one of these big torches and keep ourselves safe. That's right, and you feel that with torches too. Should be the more stacks of torches you put in there, the more chunks you can stop mobs spawning into. Okay, cool. Now we've got an 8 chunk radius. Now mobs can't spawn anywhere in this area. Right, so where were we? Picking up where we left off last time, we want to get ourselves an ME controller, as you can see from the vision board over there. We want to connect it up with terminals and stuff so we can interact with all the items we're going to store in our ME system. Get some crystal growth accelerators to slap on this guy. We'll get that automated so we can collect the shards when they grow up. That'll automatically be harvested. And with this thing surrounded by crystal growth accelerators, it's gonna go so fast like nobody's business. And we'll store them as well as move all this junk, not into an ME storage system, but instead into this item vault from Create, which looks really cool. And someone mentioned it, I think, in a previous episode. The wiki says that a max size vault will hold 1,620 stacks or over 100,000 items. So hopefully we're good. Either way, I'm just doing it for fun. Yeah, and we'll get this automated. Before we do that, I did do a little bit off camera, mostly because I was traveling around so much with this, and this waystone always costs you a level. But I mean, you probably know this, right? At low levels, that's not much XP to lose. But if you're at like level 50, one level is, now don't quote me on this, but it's like 50 times the XP as it would cost if you're on low level, like level 1. I'm sure that's not the actual ratio, but you get my point, right? So this was costing us more and more to travel, the more levels we had. So I invested in an XP storage from XP Obelisk. It's not too hard. It costs you an enchanted book. Whoop-de-doo. You get this soul copper ingot from smelting up soul copper blend, which is just soul sand and raw copper. And to get these XP transfers, you probably want to get a few of them. Yeah, a little bit of XP dust, which is just a smoked book. So I just used up the enchanted books that weren't really anything special. And the more XP transfers you have, the more levels you can transfer in a single go. I figure 3 is a good number. So now it's on minus, shift right click to make it plus. Now when I right click on this, it's going to give me levels 3 at a time. So we've got 45 in total, and it's a lossless system. So it's a really great way to bank your levels in case you die. And also just to run around with lower levels means this guy's going to be much cheaper. So first things first, it asks us for 4 crystal growth accelerators. We may as well make them and hook them up so that this thing can operate a bit quicker. Give them power. For now, let's just connect things up to this energy acceptor, which should, here we go, yeah, which instantly powered these 4 actually, instantly powered these 4 crystal growth accelerators. All right, so at least we can kind of have a quicker source of those blocks while we're working. Oh my God, we slow down already? While we're working on AE2 and before we automate it all. Thank you. Right, we just need, I think, 1 engineering processor, and that should get us a controller. Oh, vision board, what happens? Does anything happen to the vision board here? I was hoping this would change to like get a big green tick on it or something. That's not so fun. Anyway, this is a task screen, which is very, very cheap to make. Okay, we got a controller, which controls things. And then for a real basic kind of network, we just need a bunch of these cables, which we have. Some terminals, so we can interface with our network. All right. So you get the terminal and you can upgrade it straight away into a crafting terminal. This is a formation and an annihilation core. I think we got some of those from rewards, although we can easily make them now. Now that we've got this inscriber thing set up. So the terminal requires an illuminated panel, glowstone dust. Okay. Right, that's not so hard. An illuminated panel. You get 3 of them. Convert 1 of them into an ME terminal. No achievement. Oops, it doesn't want to give us our quest rewards until we get an ME drive. There you go. And we want to upgrade our ME terminal straight away into an ME crafting terminal. And we may as well grab the other 2 kind of terminals while we're here, even though we're not going to be using them today. The pattern encoding terminal, so we need another crafting, and the pattern access. We'll get to what these things mean later. ME pattern encoding terminal. And pattern access. And quickly upgrade that into the crafting terminal. Right, so these 3 things. I should probably stop working down here in the basement since we did build ourselves this house. So let's just look at getting the wiring set up here. So we want to set up our controller, put our terminals on it, like so. Crafting terminal in the middle, pattern access, pattern encoding. Encode, and then access. Okay, we'll get this thing some power. Okay, it's going to be very sloppy for the time being, but we'll feed it some power. You are online. Woohoo! Cool. Now we can interact with things. We got a crafting grid. We can eventually make some patterns. You're in a very unfortunate spot right there. And then I think down here we'll probably put our storage, which unfortunately means a little bit of housekeeping, but that's okay. So this was just like that. Get yourself an item vault, you put it there, and then you connect it. But we want something much bigger than this. It can be that big, or you can make it a 2x2, or you can make it a 3x3. And obviously, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just make it a 3x3? So we should be able to burn through a healthy amount of iron to get plates. Not too worried about the waste because we got plenty of tools to get iron again. This is modded. Iron is very cheap. And I think, yes. And 9. That is a chunky earthworm, if I've ever seen one. An interface, storage interface, which just requires a sticky and a regular piston. Sorry, a storage bus. We'll connect this guy up, saying that it's storage. And it'll now consume one of the channels leading up to the controller. Cool, now we can interface and throw things in there and stuff, which is handy. All right, so I think I got everything. I just want to break all these chests now and see how much we can fit in our storage item vault thing there. But to break it and then carry the items up to the terminal would be annoying at best. Or to build a temporary terminal down here would be a bit of a waste of time. And sooner or later, anyway, we're going to want to get ourselves a wireless terminal. In fact, we want to get a universal wireless terminal, but one thing at a time. So wireless terminals require these 3 things. We'll start at the top, a wireless receiver. Let's dump all this stuff in here. Now, the beauty of this is, I mean, you guys have all seen this before, your storage and your crafting is all kind of connected. So you don't have to really worry about inventory management anymore. You just chuck everything in ME and you've got like this huge inventory now to play with. There's the first piece of the puzzle. Then we needed a dense energy cell, which is 8 regular energy cells in a calculation. All right, so we need 8 of them. Dense energy cell, which is already charging. And what was next? An ME terminal. A couple of formation planes, a couple annihilation planes. ME terminal, wireless terminal. Thankfully it's charging because we've already got power set up there. Oh, I forgot about this. To link it, you have to use a security terminal. Allows you to configure which users and what permissions the users have within the ME system. It's 9 1s, give us 3 4s, which give us 1 16, which gives us, stuff's not cheap, but you can see the reason why you'd want to get it set up as soon as you can. Let's just hide you back there for now. Then you got to get a little bit of gold, throw it in, get yourself a biometric card, and a wireless access point, like this. What do? We probably shift right click, I guess. Yeah, most things are shift right clicked. I guess yep, that goes in there. We link it by putting our storage up there. Now it's linked. And then I think we just put that on top. And it gives us a range of 16. And you can boost it with wireless booster cards, which we can't really make just yet because ender dust. Let's see, we've got our terminal. We can access stuff from, we can still access, all right, out of range. But still, that's pretty handy. But we may as well upgrade it straight away to a wireless crafting terminal. Linked. And sadly, we lost all our energy, but that can be put on any trinket slot, I think. And I imagine in the keybinds here, it's probably not too hard to find. Open wireless terminal. All right, put it onto one of my mouse buttons. Let's get messy. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. Who is this guy? You are the red merchant from supplements. You're very cranky. You didn't make a trade offer. Oh, firework rocket, TNT. Yeah, you seem very impressed. Doesn't seem to be a scrolly thing here. Stop being so happy with yourself. How about that? Blue bomb. All right, that's pretty cool. I'm guessing the big torch didn't stop them from spawning in, which is good to know. All right, this is a game changer. We've basically just upgraded ourselves to full professional modded Minecrafter. All of the things we need to craft with, well, at least a bunch of them. I do also have stuff in the danks, but the majority of the stuff we need is now all at our fingertips here. We're looking for something, for instance, from power. In fact, we should have more than that. You see, it's all there. So if we want to make some cables, not too hard, there we go. Everything's at the click of our fingertips, which is really what you want. Right, I should probably just clarify that this item vault here, it's kind of unnecessary. Just been using it for fun and because it's relatively cheap to make. Just a couple stacks of iron and some wood. The usual thing to do would be to invest in an ME drive and start storing your things in these storage cells. And we'll end up doing that eventually, but this was just a bit of fun. Right, so it's worth mentioning that ME isn't just storage and crafting. In fact, one of the biggest benefits of it is automation. The main features of AE2 is the ME network, which is a set of connected blocks and cables grouped into a system where storage, power, and functions cooperate between multiple components. So you can set up all kinds of machines or contraptions, have pipes and cables all around your base, and start pulling things in automatically. We're not going to get into that kind of stuff today, but we will soon as our base expands a little bit. But before we get too complicated, let me just enjoy the fact that we've got storage set up, will you? Right, so I've moved our in fact, I've moved quite a lot. I've moved our flawless budding Certus quartz block down here, hooked it up to our cable network here. As you can see, we're already getting low on channels, but channel management, that's not an issue for today. These ME smart cables here are carrying power. We're going to power the crystal growth generators, and then we're going to put on a couple of these things called annihilation planes. We want to enchant these things with fortune. There we are. As you can see, it will act like, so this thing's enchanted with fortune. It will act just like a player with a pickaxe. And then if we can, one here as well. And in fact, we need to make sure that these two sets aren't connected. How about now? Okay, I just had to turn this crystal growth accelerator because, yes, what these quartz fiber do is these cables enable power to travel through, but not any kind of channels or connectivity. So ignoring power, this little bit here from annihilation plane to storage bus is its own little network. So we get this storage bus set up with a filter, only allows Certus quartz crystals. So this annihilation plane, it won't destroy the crystal, the cluster, until it's fully grown. And that'll import it into our storage, our crude storage unit. And similarly at the back, we've got an annihilation plane here just on the side. And that can only be output into this storage unit, which takes just the dust. It'd be a quicker source of crystals if we just had another growth accelerator block in this spot, so only one side could grow. But doing it like this saves us having to grind down the crystals into dust, so good enough for me. And then we connect that with storage buses on this side with a high priority. With Tech Reborn, you also have to configure the inputs and output slots. So also enable input on this side. Configure, input, also on this side. Now it can receive on both sides. And as you can see, we've set the output already on the left-hand side. So now if we were to take a bunch of these, so there's 314, we chuck that in, 319. All right, so whenever we input Certus quartz crystals or dust into the network, it'll try to put it into here first if it can. Failing that, it'll chuck it in there. All right, I hope that makes sense. I hope I explained it well enough. Oh, and similarly here, you need a little quartz fiber here to only allow power through and not items. Otherwise, these items might try and find their way back into the network somewhere else. So this is kind of its own self-contained little setup here. wonder if that noise is going to drive me crazy. We can't escape it. All right, I think we're safe up here. So I had a little off-camera adventure. I know, I'm wicked. Remember that honey compass that we found last episode? Well, I tracked it down, and can you believe it? It was a spider stronghold. There were spawners all over the place. Thankfully, spiders seem to be the natural enemy of bees. Those little guys just swarmed in there and did most of the heavy lifting. We didn't get anything too crazy, but got a bunch of emeralds, which is always nice. I don't really have a steady way to get our hands on emeralds just yet. And I'm really not that keen on trading with villagers, as well. It's kind of a cheap method, and this is modded after all. However, I did do some trading with Queen Bee, who she just wanted a bunch of stripped wood. Easy enough. I was happy to oblige, and for that she gave us heaps and heaps of levels, and also unlocked this really long advancements quest line. Maybe not unlocked, but it kind of exposed it. And we really want to get our hands on this thing, an essence of the bees, because eating this basically neutralizes the Wrath of the Hive effect. So you can go anywhere in the bumble zone you want, and those bees are just going to leave you alone. But to get there, you have to complete so much stuff. Some of them are quite easy, but kill a wither with stinger spear, taking on the ender dragon with bee armor. But it's something to work towards at least. We're going to have to keep our eye out for that one. Okay, let's get out of here for a little bit. We've been spending a bit too much time around the old base today. And now that I'm hearing how noisy that is, I'm definitely going to move that between episodes. For now, let's just mute it. All right, before we head out of here, let's upgrade our little toy situation. Like so. Get a better sword. So the equivalent of a diamond sword as opposed to what we've been using, which is just kind of like the equivalent of the iron sword. We'll settle for unbreaking. Hope it's something good. Unbreaking and smite. Oh, not the best. We can also add looting 3 to that thing. Oh. I knew this had a special ability, so it also shoots out little beams of mana. Not sure how much damage they do, but that's pretty cool. What else? What else will be useful? Oh, well, I went ahead and crafted up a pattern encoding terminal. Combining it with the wireless crafting terminal nets you the universal wireless terminal. Plus it doubles the size of the battery, which is nice. And I suspect that lets you, yeah. Okay, this gives you access to patterns and stuff as well. Nothing huge, but that's pretty good. I did want to make up one of these botanical breweries because this thing looks really cool. So there's all these different types of brews you can make. Increased speed, haste, jump boost, regen, etc., etc. But one that we're really going to need in the Nether is we're still struggling for night vision. I don't really get it. We have all these Solaris wines still, and they've aged up quite a bit, but there's still only 45 seconds. So I'm not sure how long it takes. I'm not sure how long you have to age them up for before the effect gets any better. Hopefully not too much. You just like make regular glass bottles, but out of mana glass. And then we combine all these things. Oh, of course, we need to get it mana, don't we? Like all things Botania, it's going to need mana. First you do the flask. Okay, that's a bit more promising. Now these things don't stack, but they are super cheap and you get 4 swigs. So I think that will last us a long time. Each vial is basically half an hour. So it's like over 4 hours there of night vision. And finally, since we're going to the Nether, it'd be good to be safe. There is a Blaze Traveler's Backpack, which pretty cheap. Immunity to fall damage, which is massive, and small fireball sent from Blaze. So basically, Blaze can't hurt you, neither can gravity. But then there's this guy, the Magma Cube Traveler's Backpack, which is immunity to fire damage. And to me, that kind of sounds like immunity to lava, doesn't it? I hope so. Which is, I don't know, maybe that's a bit OP. It might make the Nether a bit trivial. But let's give that one a go instead. We've just been wearing our regular Iron Golem's backpack. We've also got a bee backpack. Oh, you're really going to make me transfer everything over, aren't you? All right. All right, we won't be needing our bed where we're going. Whew. So let's head down to the Nether and see what we can see. Oh my god. All right, first things first, I want to try out this backpack. Okay, no protection against those blocks. How about lava? So we take damage. Really? Oh, we need to activate it. Ability enabled. Right. Hey, it actually works. And lava? And it keeps on refreshing our fire resistance. That is a little OP. That's too good. That is too good. Alright, let's have a little drinky poop so we can see things and get a move on, shall we? They're trying to scare us off. Look, I reckon we can take them. We don't need to be giving them stairs up to get us. First piece of netherite scrap. Okay, okay. Sorry, little piggies. If you'd let me rob you in peace, this wouldn't have come to this. Are you difficult? You look difficult. I'm not brave enough to fight this guy fair. We get a health bar? Oh, easy. Nether. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, yikes. That absolutely terrified me. Tower with treasure. I'm always happy to oblige. Adding quartz. Do you drop quartz? Yes, you do. Ooh, I think I've seen this guy before. Yeah, this is a bosses of mass destruction arena, so I'm gonna stay out of there. Oh, what we've been waiting for. I can't believe it, we finally have it. Night vision. I made all these bottles for nothing, it looks like. Those who know me know that this is my patented look. Oh, it's this ugly thing. No, coming to stick up for your friend, eh? This was a fair fight till that guy came around. A blaze spawner. I should probably be equipped for this. I'll be taking that, thank you. Okay, first things first, box that up. Oh, I just realized these little guys aren't so hostile. Oh, sorry little friends. What? Maybe that one wasn't so friendly. Whoa. Come on. There we go. There is something nasty going on here. Oh my god. Now why is there just a regular old zombie spawner down here? Zombified piglin? Oh, why not? Oops. There he goes. I really like this. I guess we have to go through it, see what's on the other side. Bye. See you soon. Nice knowing you. And of course, it puts me over here, where we've got no chunks loaded in. All right, time to head back. You guys. Give it a rest. Right, so before we open these loot bags, what do we get from that trip down to the Nether? Well, we got a bunch of these gas tiers, which we didn't have before, and that'll enable us to make stuff with them when we need them, including a bunch of ender pearls, which is a pretty good conversion, seeing as we don't have a renewable source for ender pearls just yet. We got a soul star, which hints at bosses of mass destruction, so let's just put that away for now and pretend we didn't see it. We got some classic music discs, including this one, which is made from fragment shards. That's just vanilla stuff. Party Jam of Big Step, and of course, everyone's favorite. These goggles. Did I mention these goggles? Very excited about these goggles. These goggles. We had a bunch of loot bags. I opened them up accidentally off camera and then didn't give us anything too special. Some things that we already had. Sleep charm, which is all right, I guess. Can we equip it? We can equip it. I wonder if that means that the sky rats will leave us alone. Anyway, a tech reborn common bag. We're not that exciting, but a magic legendary loot bag. I didn't realize what I was holding in my hands there. Whatever could it be? Mana weave cloth. Oh, is that really epic? I mean, that's just string. 4 bits makes 1, and we got 12 of them, so what, 12 fours are 48. I guess it saved us 48 string. A Teru Bozu. Right, well, don't we look cozy? It's definitely not as good an armor set as our Terra Steel stuff, but still, useful addition. And our friend the Teru Bozu can probably just chill out here. Alright everyone, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.